Hey guys, this is Hawkeye and I am back with another look at the tutorial of Occupy Mars. As I said before, we may have to take a couple of, at least maybe 3 episodes to get through this thing, but I think it's extremely important to do so because it is kind of complicated at times. But you know it would be, because we're going to be living on Mars. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. Let's go ahead and get this started up here. We're going to go ahead and check the power management tutorial. Now this one is probably going to be an episode in its own because it is kind of extensive. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start it.
Information.
Alright, remember guys, you need to follow what it tells you on the right side of the screen in that little box there. Because if you deviate from that, you will find yourself wandering around not knowing what the heck you're doing. Trust me. I actually did work through all of these because some of the things are kind of tough to do. It says click and hold E or left mouse button on the plug to pick up the cable from the ground. Alright. Alright, now we got it. Now we need to hold the E. See? Actually, that was an example of what I'm talking about. I picked it up, but I didn't pick it up. If I hold the E, then it picks it up and puts it in your inventory. It says press middle mouse button to remove the cable from your equipment. Okay, and then we just kind of scroll around here. Which I find this a little bit difficult to do. There it goes. And we now press the right mouse button to drop it on the ground. Click and hold E to pick it up and put it in your inventory. The only thing you'll do if you hit the right mouse button is you'll pick up the cable, but you'll just drag it around. You won't actually have it in your inventory. Alright, now we follow where that plus is to go to the next step. Yeah, like I said, this is tricky. This is not easy. Press 1. 1's probably easier to do. Middle mouse button you can do, but I have trouble with that. Like I said, you saw me struggle with it. So you press 1 to remove the cable from your inventory, then press E, left mouse button, to open the solar panel socket. Solar panel socket's this right here. So you got to open it once it highlights. There we go. Okay, there's a little dot there. It's just a little light gray dot in the front of your screen, and it's sometimes kind of difficult to see. I wish they'd make that a little bigger. It would be helpful. Okay, now once we do that, we press E, left mouse button, to click on that cable. To connect the plug. Press E, left mouse button, to take the under end of the cable, connect the power cable to the lantern socket, has the same color as the end of the cable. Okay. So, well, first of all, we have to go over here and open this up, just like we did. There we go. Then we get the end of the cable here. Left mouse button just to pick it up, and then left mouse button once it says to connect. And there are lights on. Alright. Easy peasy. For now. For now it's easy peasy. It's not going to remain that way. Alright. Now we've got something like 1,000 cables, so don't worry about having to get more cables. But it says connect the power cable to the solar panel socket. Okay, so this is what they want us to click it on, just like before. Open it up. Hit the 1 button.
Information.
And then we connect the other end to the unit input socket. And that's what this box over here is. This is where we direct power into. So basically what's happening is this solar panel produces energy, as with this one, and we're going to direct that energy into here. And from here, which I'm going to pick the first one,
information,
we will direct on the other side power to whatever we choose, whether it be the lights or something else. Okay, it wants us to do the same thing we did before. Let's go ahead and open the socket, press 1 to get the cable.
Information.
Alright, and then we grab the end of the cable here, and I'm just going to pick the second one in the row.
Information.
And connect it. Now it says connect the power cable to the energy control unit output socket. See, that's the input. So energy goes in here and comes out here. So we need to grab another cable, number 1.
Information.
Press E, left mouse button to take the other end of the cable and connect the power cable to the lantern socket that has the same color as the end of the cable. Okay. So there's a yellow socket right there, just like that one's yellow, and we pop it in there. Okay, now we need another one on this side. Now I could have selected any of these. I'm just doing the first two just to keep it simplistic.
Information.
Okay, use the energy control panel to set proper output values to power both devices. So what it says in here is, it says required 6 kilowatts per hour, current 5 kilowatts per hour. And this one required 4 kilowatts per hour, current 3 kilowatts per hour. So we have to come over here. And this is where things get a little tricky. Okay, we got solar panels for this one and this one. Here's the energy outputs. So the first one is 6, the second one is 4. So we got right now it's 5 and then 3. So we're just a little bit under that. So we're going to go ahead and increase this until it says 6 for that one. And you notice that this thing is not ever going to do that because it's subtracting. Well, we don't have anything on here, but we've got 20% of the power going to this, and it's not even being used. So what we do is we take this one down to 0. Now we got 7.8 kilowatt power total to work with. Now we take it up to 4. I'm going to try to get as close as I can, but it's not always right on 4. And there you go, 6 and 4. And both are lit. Okay, now it gets even more fun. Alright, now we have something called I believe this is a battery unit. We'll find out for sure. I'll make sure. Yeah, it is a battery. Set the output value on the battery to at least 15 kilowatts an hour. So we need to come over here. Now the battery units are used basically if you're in this kind of environment, you're going to be collecting solar energy during the day. You're going to put them into these batteries and store that power so that at night you have some kind of power source to light up or run your established habitat when you don't have any sunlight to power at the time. So Not sure what that's about. I guess we need to make repairs. Alright, so we need to make it to where it is, I believe they said 15.
Information.
Okay, now we need to select one
Information.
and supply electricity to both lanterns. Well, you're sitting there saying, well, how am I going to do that? Because I have one cable. Well, this is how we do it. We grab this and we go into this energy bank like we did previously. We just have the one on this side, but on this side we're going to have two. So I'm going to put one right here, another one right here, then we'll grab, let's see, yeah, this is the second one. We'll put this one over here. And we'll grab this one. Yeah, there's a lot of leg work involved in this. And we'll put it in here. Boom. Both lit. Now, surprisingly, they didn't make us change. Yeah, they will do. We can go ahead and look at this here. So we still have some power going to that and some power not. But I think there was enough to run the whole thing, but I'm going to go ahead and take this down anyway. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. That one requires 7. I can't read that one. Wait a minute. 3. I couldn't tell. This one requires 3 and this one requires 7. So this one's way overpowered. And this is way underpowered.
Information.
Now we got it. And it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, it might be a point or two off. You just need to get enough to get it there. Alright, now it's going to start getting complicated. Check this out. Yeah, this is going to get kind of tricky. Use everything you've learned to supply electricity to all of the lanterns. Now, what I tend to do in this kind of situation is I go ahead and do one part, connect everything up, and then go on to the next part. Now this is, like I said, this is where it gets complicated. We have enough of these solar panels to power just enough to get all 4 lamps lit up. However, each solar panel produces a different amount of kilowatts. So what we're going to do first, we're just going to get these cables set up. And I'm going to go ahead, we've got 2 of these, I guess they call them, I'm not sure if they call what they call them, power banks or whatever. We've got 2 of them. I'm going to put these 3 into this one and then the other 2 into that second one there, because we only have 4 sockets. And the reason I'm doing this separately instead of all at one time is because I don't want wires all over the daggone place just yet. I'll get confused as to what I have and haven't done. Okay, 3 of them for that one. And I could just as easily put 3 on the other one, or 1 on one and 4 on the other. It doesn't really matter. At least not at this point. Maybe later on down the line when we start playing the game and some of the electrical things get a little more complicated, then yeah. But for now, let's just put 2 here. And this one goes right there. Alright. Now we're all hooked into here. Now, of course, the next step would be putting cables to the lights themselves. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're only going to need to put 4 cables because we only have 4 lights. So I'm going to put 2 off of this one and 2 off the other one. Oh, I forgot to connect that one up. That's alright. Okay, this is our last cable. And we connect it up to the blue light. It looks like one of them's already been lit up. Okay, and all the cables are connected, right? No, we got this one too. Okay, fine. There we go. Alright. Now, all lights are connected. And now we see that we need a certain amount of kilowatts per light. The ones on the left, it's got 9 and 6. The one on the right, 5, and I believe that's 3. 3, yeah. It's kind of hard to see. It also tells you what currently is going to each one. So that's where things get a little tricky. We need to get a total of, let's see, 15 kilowatts coming out of this particular unit here. Well, I bet you anything it's not going to have a total of 15. It has a total of 10. So we're going to have to get a little bit of the power from the other one. So first of all, let's get all of this going that direction. Alright. Remember, the top one needs to be up to 9. Well, we're not going to be able to get it there. We're going to get it fairly close. Okay, that is all the power we have. So we got 7 for that one and 3 for that one. We need more power. So what we need to do at this point is we need to grab one more cable. I'm going to put this on the outside just so that it doesn't get confusing. We put that cable here. We're going to borrow a little bit of this power from this particular unit because you got 3 solar panels putting energy into here. Well, I only have 2 on this one. And we're going to put it right there. Alright. So we're still only at 10 and 10. So what we need to do is we need to come over here and adjust the power so that we are getting some over to that one. Now, like it said, we need 5. What I would do is try to get these 2 lit up first. And then whatever's left, turn it over to that one. So hold on, wait a minute. That's 3 and 5. It's kind of hard to read because it's kind of bright. One of those lights is already lit up. So first of all, take this one down to nothing. We're not using it for anything. So 5 and 3, that's right. Keep forgetting. Okay, let's take this one down to 5. Okay, 5 is going to turn it off. Let's just make it 5.1, as close as you can get. Get this one down to 3. Okay, so they're both still lit. I'm just showing you what's going on here. So we got enough power to go to those lights. So everything else that's left, we're only using 8.1 kilowatts. We still have about 7 coming out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this all the way up, going to that unit. And we don't want to put too much. But we got it right at 15, so that's perfect. So we got 6.9 kilowatts going from here to this other storage bank. Alright. Now we're going to look at this. So what do we need for here? I believe we needed 9, it was. So we're going to take this down. And I believe this one needed to be 6. Nine, 6. Okay, something. See, that one's getting. Hold on. Sometimes, what in the world am I doing here? I must accidentally hit the one button. Okay, right now. Oh, okay. It's requiring 6. I'm sorry, I thought it required. Oh, okay, this one requires 9. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up.
Information.
There we go. Well, we're close anyway. But I'm just going to take it down to 9 just so that we have that one. This one needs 6. I got the lamps mixed up. See the colors. I wasn't looking at the colors. I was looking at the position. Anyway, that got it work. I hope that made sense. I'm trying to do my best there to explain it. Okay, now we need to connect solar panels to the transformer. Okay. Go over here. Open the socket. I mean, this looks pretty straightforward. Connect this cable up to here.
Information.
Okay, connect transformer to greenhouse. Grab another cable. Remember, press your 1 button. And here's the greenhouse.
Information.
So check your electricity map. So I think what that is, we go over here to, I believe it's inventory, messages, radar. Here it is. So it's on your, it doesn't really make it clear, but it's on your little wrist held thing, which you get by hitting tab. You go down to radar, and that way you can see what things are getting electricity and what aren't. And right now this is red, so it's not getting electricity. We got electricity here, we got electricity here, and obviously we have it here. Okay, so now what it wants us to do is switch fuse to off. And this little thing right here is the fuse. It zooms in on it, so right now it's on, we turn it off. Alright. Again, we need to check our electricity map, so hit tab.
Information.
Now we have no power going to this at all. Now this whole area is out. Now we switch it back to on. So they're just showing you how the fuses work.
Information.
It seems that fuse inside the greenhouse is off. Go to fix that. Okay, so we have the fuse out here working just fine. We got to get the one on the inside of the darn thing to work. Okay, so now we need to open the airlock.
Pressure.
Whoa! Don't worry about that. I don't know why that happens. But every time I've done this, I've passed out. So it doesn't make any sense. But we're going to come in here and fix the fuse. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Our suit oxygen levels are low. So we need to come in here and find the fuse, which I believe is in here. Now F is our flashlight. Alright, we're going to find the fuse here.
Information.
Now we check our electricity map again. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now we have green all the way down. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is it. That is the electricity 101. Okay. Yeah, we're back to the rover again, and this thing, like it's tricky. It's tricky to work with. So bear with it. You will get it. Okay, we're going to open this up. Okay, press E to sit in the rover pilot seat.
Oxygen source. Extra information.
Okay, well, what it wants me to do is it needs me to stop within the crusher's unloading zone. So what we're doing is, if we had gone out and got a whole bunch of ores and stuff by mining Mars, we can bring these ores up to here where it gets chopped up and turned into usable things. First it chops it up, and it can convert it, and it actually uses a 3D printer, like a huge 3D printer, to make up the things that you need, the parts and whatever to make things. Pretty cool stuff. This is all real, guys. This is stuff that they actually know that they're going to do, maybe in the next 10 to 20 years, if we ever make it to Mars. So hopefully we will. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull this thing up. Don't go too fast, because you'll go too far. It wants us to get right up to the unloading zone.
Information.
And there we go. Alright. If you're standing within the crusher's unloading zone, click unload to the rover screen. Alright, we're just going to hit unload.
Information.
Press E to interact with the crusher's control screen. So we need to get out of the chair here. Right click to get out. And so it's unloading all our stuffs. And once it's, see, this is where it wasn't real clear when I did it the first time. I didn't understand I had to come out here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check this out. This is the crusher's control screen.
Information.
Alright. Item detail, I don't know exactly what it wants us to do other than maybe go to printing. Select the blueprint. Okay, I'm trying to remember exactly what it wanted me to do last time. I think it wants me to do this. We're going to go ahead and start printing. Now here's where, see, it's actually doing the 3D printing right now. Check it out. It's making parts to whatever it was we're building, and then dropping it down here so that we can access it in the crusher's inventory and build things. So right now what it's making is electronics. And after that it'll make some screws. Oh, it already did the screws, okay.
Information.
Okay. Select and print container by clicking the add button. So, item detail, we got continue. And what we basically had done is we made all these parts. And now we're going to add this over to here. And then we're going to print that.
Information.
Wait until the items are ready, then select Inventory tab. Container inventory on the left side of the screen, and move all printed items from the printer container into the inventory container. Okay, so we're right here. Okay, we want to make sure it's on the container. We need to go to the printer container, and we need to grab all these items and move it over to here. So I'm just going to, I don't know if you can quick select all of them or move all, but I don't think so. I think you just have to. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's still something in there. I thought anyway. Maybe not. Okay, for some reason it was that this little thing was in the way and I couldn't get to it. Okay, now we need to go to semi-trailers. It says select semi-trailers tab, then swap the tipper and container, and afterwards click the apply button. If you don't want to see the tipper as a rover trailer, then properly repark the rover within the crusher's uploading zone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out, put this one in, apply. Wait for the trailer change, then press the E left mouse button to interact with the container inventory. Open container inventory to finish the tutorial. So basically what it's doing is it's taking that tipper or container that holds all the ores, and now it's putting on a container like you would find on a trailer. This is wait for the trailer change and press the E mouse button to interact with the container inventory. Now the container inventory is on the unit itself right here. And see, we have all those parts here, and that is it. Now it didn't take as long as I thought. So yeah, that is the 5th tutorial, I think it is. Yeah, 5th tutorial. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to the main menu, because the next one, though it's not nearly as tough as those two, does take some time. There's a bit of time consumption, and that is growing plants. Growing plants are going to be extremely important, because that is your survival. It's not just your oxygen, but also your food. Alright, let me go ahead to start game here and show you real quick. Yep, we got number 4, power management tutorial completed. Number 5, crusher, shredding, and printing tutorial completed. Number 6 is the last, growing the plants. Yeah, I'm not sure how long that one's actually going to take, so if I remember correctly, it took about as long as it took to do these two. Or these 3 took about as long as to do these 2 and that 1. Yeah, each one of them gets progressively more time consuming, it seems like. But anyway, we will do that in the next episode. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please be sure to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And I will be back with Occupy Mars. And we will finish out the tutorial. And I think what we might do is we might start going a little bit into the free play and looking around, see what we possibly can do. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing at that point. I don't know if it's going to walk me through or I'm just on my own. We'll find out, I guess. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.